You followed the rules, packed light, skipped the check-in line, and still got stopped at the gate. Why? Because in 2025, carry-on travel isn't what it used to be, and most people haven't caught up. Airlines have quietly changed the rules. TSA isn't playing nice, and those viral travel hacks? They're getting passengers flagged, fined, and frustrated. If you think you've mastered the art of carry-on, this video might surprise you. These are the real reasons travelers are getting it wrong and how to avoid joining them. Let's get into it. Number 1. Most travelers still don't know their carry-on is oversized. In 2025, airlines are cracking down hard on bag dimensions. That carry-on you've been using for years? It might not make the cut anymore. Most US airlines now enforce exact size limits, typically 22 by 14 by 9 inches, including wheels and handles. Even slightly overstuffed bags can get flagged at the gate. Airports like Miami are especially strict, pulling bags that barely bulge past the allowed limit. If your bag doesn't fit perfectly into the sizing bin, expect to check it sometimes with a surprise fee. What catches travelers off guard is how unforgiving the process has become. That front pocket stuffed with a hoodie or charger? It could be the reason your bag ends up under the plane. Always measure your bag fully before traveling and leave space for flexibility. Airlines aren't being lenient anymore, and guessing wrong means handing over your bag. Number 2. The personal item isn't a free-for-all. Your personal item is not a second carry-on in disguise. In 2025, US airlines are getting serious about enforcing this difference. That second bag, be it a backpack, laptop case, or tote, has to fit entirely under the seat in front of you. Most travelers still try to sneak in 2 oversized items, only to get stopped at the gate. The standard size for personal items is about 18 by 14 by 8 inches, and anything larger can be rejected or charged as a carry-on. Low-cost airlines like Spirit and Frontier are the strictest, but even majors like American and Delta are stepping up enforcement. If you're carrying a full-size backpack and a roller bag, one's getting checked. Pack with intention. And don't forget both items together still need to meet the size limits. Gate agents are trained to spot bag abuse, and 2025 isn't the year to test the system. Number 3. Basic economy. Often doesn't include a carry-on bag. A lot of travelers make the mistake of assuming every airline ticket comes with the same baggage privileges. That's not the case, especially in 2025. Basic economy fares, particularly on United and American, often exclude full-size carry-on bags. You're limited to one personal item, and that's it. Try to bring a roller bag and you'll either be blocked at security or charged a check-in fee before boarding. It's a harsh surprise if you haven't read the fare rules carefully. This policy is especially unforgiving for travelers unfamiliar with booking fine print. If you're flying basic economy, know exactly what you're allowed to bring and what you aren't. And no, being early to board or sweet-talking the gate agent won't get that extra bag on board. Stick to a small underseat item or pay to upgrade if carry-on space matters to you. It's one of the most common missteps today. Number 4. Overhead bin space isn't guaranteed. Just because your bag is the right size doesn't mean it's coming on board with you. Flights are packed, and overhead bin space often runs out before everyone boards. Airlines don't overpromise anymore, they now announce early that they're out of space and start tagging bags for gate check. It's not personal. If you're in a late boarding group, your bag may end up under the plane regardless of compliance. That's why it's smart to pack essentials like medications, chargers, and important documents in your personal item, not your carry-on. Once your roller gets tagged, you won't see it again until baggage claim. Always be ready for the possibility of a gate check, even if you followed every rule. Board as early as you can and be flexible. Don't argue at the gate, it won't help. Space is limited, and fairness doesn't factor into bin availability. Number 5. Overhead. Bin etiquette is now a real thing. Bin space is a shared resource, not a reserved perk. You might assume the overhead above your seat is yours, but it isn't. The general rule now is one bag up top, one under your seat. Yet many travelers try to put both their personal item and carry-on in the bin, eating up space meant for others. This behavior slows boarding and leads to frustration, especially when flight crews have to rearrange bags. It also risks your bag being removed and checked. Airlines are asking passengers to follow better etiquette. Stow your largest item overhead and your smaller one at your feet. Don't stash your coat, purse, or shopping bag in the overhead if it could fit under the seat. And if you can help flight attendants make space by rotating or shifting your bag, they'll appreciate it. Everyone benefits when travelers stop treating bins like private storage lockers. Number 6. TSA tech is inconsistent. You might have breezed through security once without pulling out your laptop or liquids and thought, the rules have changed. But in 2025, TSA's 311 liquid rule and laptop removals are still standard across most U.S. airports. Yes, some checkpoints now use modern CT scanners that allow you to keep items packed, but not all of them. Even in the same airport, one terminal might have new tech while the other doesn't. That's why assuming you won't have to unpack can backfire. A huge mistake travelers make is burying laptops or liquids deep in their bag, then having to unpack on the fly. TSA officers won't wait. To avoid stress, always pack for the older X-ray system, even if you might get lucky with a CT lane. The inconsistency is real, and preparing for the worst case saves you time and keeps the line moving for everyone else. Number 7. Most travelers don't understand lithium battery rules. Lithium batteries aren't just a technical detail, they're a legal restriction. In 2025, TSA and FAA rules clearly state all lithium batteries must be in your carry-on, never in checked baggage. That includes phone power banks, camera batteries, vape pens, and certain medical devices. What most travelers miss is the watt-hour limit. Power banks over 100 watt-hours may not be allowed at all or require airline approval. Bigger drone batteries fall into this too. Also, if you use smart luggage with a built-in charger, the battery must be removable or you won't be allowed to check the bag. Gate agents are watching for this now. Another mistake: packing these items in a bag that ends up gate-checked. If you hand over your roller at the gate, quickly pull any lithium batteries out first. Fires in cargo holds are a real risk, and these rules aren't flexible. Number 8. Travelers still pack banned items without realizing it. TSA confiscates thousands of items every day that travelers simply forget are prohibited. In 2025, the most common offenders are oversized liquids, pocket knives, pepper spray, and self-defense tools disguised as keychains. These items are still not allowed in carry-on bags, but people continue to show up with them. Even trendy personal safety gear like cat ear knuckles or Kubotans will be taken at the checkpoint. The same goes for souvenir bottles over 3.4 ounces, sharp tools, or anything considered a weapon. And no, I forgot it was in there, won't save it. TSA rules haven't changed much, and they won't make exceptions because it's in your everyday bag. Always check your carry-on before heading to the airport and remove anything questionable. It's easy to toss in a pocket knife or mace keychain without thinking, but you'll lose it instantly and possibly delay the line if it sets off extra screening. Number 9. TikTok. Carry-on hacks are getting people in trouble. Social media has made airport hacks go viral, but in 2025, the airlines have caught on. Tricks like stuffing clothes in a pillowcase, hiding extra items in duty-free bags, or wearing 5 layers of clothing may seem clever, but gate agents now watch for them. I've seen passengers pulled aside for what they called a neck pillow that was clearly filled with t-shirts. If the airline suspects you're skirting bag limits, they'll count your hack as a full bag. Even a shopping bag packed with personal items can be rejected if it's obvious. Some airlines have even rewritten their policies to close these loopholes. So while that TikTok trick might have worked once, it's more likely to get you flagged today. If you try one of these tactics, have a backup plan, or better yet, just pack smart and stay within the actual rules. It's less stressful and won't embarrass you at the gate. Number 10. People still assume carry-on travel works like it used to. The biggest mistake travelers make in 2025? Acting like nothing has changed. They assume bin space is guaranteed, that size rules are loose, and that TSA will be flexible. But the reality is, things have tightened up across the board. Airlines enforce bag dimensions strictly. Boarding groups matter more than ever, and TSA procedures vary depending on which terminal you're in. What used to fly 5 years ago, extra bags, unmeasured carry-ons, or half-buried laptops will now get you pulled aside or turned back. The policies are more aggressive, the enforcement more consistent, and passengers need to adapt. Travelers who stay up to date with airline and security rules are the ones who move quickly and avoid problems. If you haven't checked your bag sizes, reread TSA rules, or reviewed your ticket's baggage terms lately, do it now. Flying carry-on only still works, but only if you respect the new rules. Number 11. Carry-on travel still works, but only if you do it right. Despite all the rule changes and stricter enforcement, carry-on travel is still the most efficient way to fly if you stay ahead of the system. Airlines want to upsell priority boarding, checked bag fees, and seat upgrades. But smart travelers can avoid these costs by playing within the rules. The key is preparation. Pack within the limits, use space wisely, and keep essential items with you. Don't rely on luck or old habits. Know the difference between your fare types, double-check your airline size policies, and prepare for TSA checkpoints like it's your first time flying. In 2025, the people who struggle the most are those who assume yesterday's habits will get them through today's airport. So take 10 minutes before every trip to review the details. It's a small effort that makes a huge difference. When you do it right, carry-on travel is fast, smooth, and totally worth it.